Hey, this is Vlogmas day 4. In this video, you're going to see how my day started, what I was up to during the whole day, and after you enjoy that, I'm going to show you how to make this beanie. Slip stitch beanie. My name is Wamoyo Karaoke and this is Yanli Gift. Get those Christmas gifts from me. Now, today, I want to start my day with unpacking this. It's around 6:30 in the morning. Here, there are items that clients have been waiting for. The other two or three things on my to-do list is be in Karen by 9. We are having our end of year or our Christmas get together. This is East African Women's League Karen branch, which is my branch. Then I need to deliver this to the shop. Then I have to get yarn. I never managed to get yarn yesterday. And of course, I'm hoping today is going to be a drama-free day. So let's see how the day goes. Let me start here. So I'm done with unpacking, guys. Now, emails, YouTube, what else am I doing here? Orders. Let's tidy up here together and I show you what I made last night. As I was telling you the stories of being hacked, I hope you have watched that video. I finished this beanie. So cute. The only thing remaining is putting my label here. So cute. And then I went this far with this bottle. My client requested for black and gold. This is the closest I could get to black and gold. I'm trying to figure out what yarn to carry, what project to carry today. So now I'm getting ready to leave the house. See you huko nje. Kilimani has lost its glory. Kuna mtu ameniambia Utawala has better roads and better infrastructure. I'm finally here, though a little late. I got held up at the road construction at the Junction Mall. I was meant to be here earlier to help with the setup, but I can see there's still some work I can do. Look at how gorgeous this setup is. The ladies have done an amazing job. This is the gazebo area. Beautiful. We do bring our own snacks for this Christmas gathering that happens between 10 and around 12. And on our menu is usually pastries and savory snacks. That's what we do. And then there's mulled wine. That is like the signature item of this gathering. So I'm going to enjoy with the ladies and then I'll head to the shop after this.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Oh my God, this place is so full. It's 7:30 maybe. And I'm back home. I've been back home for a while. I've had dinner, I've taken a shower, and I am here now back to my factory. And I'm just finishing on this one. I carried this with me, hoping that I'll be able to finish, but that did not happen. I think I did only like 2 or 3 rows at the shop. Cut this yarn. That's in that. And I'm going to be tacking these ones later. So let's put a bottle through. There's a bottle somewhere here. And see how it looks, the golden black one. Awesome. So I have a question for you. Would you like to learn how to make this? If you would like to learn, please tell me in the comment section and I will incorporate it in one of the videos for the Vlogmas. I'll teach you how to make this. It's pretty easy, but it makes gifting of drinks, wines and spirits such a bliss. Look at how cute this is. The other thing I was supposed to do today is buy yarn. I did not personally go to town because a friend of mine was in city center. I was to meet her and I was telling her, rush, we meet, and then I go to town. And she's like, I'm in town. I could do the yarn shopping for you. So I wanted 4 colors, but only 2 were available. So I got this one, which I'm making 2 beanies. And I got off-white or cream because I never stay without this yarn. This yarn can go with any color, can make so many things, and I love it for combinations. So as soon as I'm using second last, I restock up. It's the most used yarn in my craft, this off-white. So I'm going to start on a beanie. I had actually carried this one, which was the only one remaining for the jungle green one, because I had thought I'm going to finish the bottle sleeve or the bottle cozy and start on this beanie. I'm going to start this beanie tonight. I think this beanie is very easy, although most people find it complex. This is the slip stitch beanie. I love it. In fact, I call it Anguka Nayo. That's the name we use on WhatsApp group, our WhatsApp group. So it's pretty easy. It's about, I think, 6-row repeat pattern. Very easy. Where it gets tricky, it's at the top. If you don't do the top nicely, then it can get pretty tricky. And if you go to my older videos, you will see how it took me time to get that part right. So let me start this and I can take you through the first 6 rows. And those 6 rows, you just do a repeat of 9 sets. It will give you a size large depending on the yarn you use. But I'm just going to show you the basic technique of the 6 rows to be able to get to repeat those rows for the beanie. Hiyo ndio bonus ya leo. Let's start making the beanie. To start with, I'm using seal yarn. This is a Kenyan yarn, 100% acrylic. I love it. You won't be disappointed. My hook of choice is a size 4.5 millimeters. However, you will be safe with a size 5 millimeters or even 5.5 for this beanie. It really depends on your tension and how firm and tight you would like your beanie to be. So if you have a loose tension, go a size lower on the hook. So let's say, for example, you have a loose tension, you can do a 4.5 like me. However, I prefer something firm and steady. That's why I go for 4.5. I'm making a beanie for an adult, so I want to make a size large, and therefore I'm going to chain 55. 1, 2, 3, and 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to do a 56 as my turning stitch. And from there, I told you we are doing a slip stitch. Since we've already done the turning one, which is number 56, you will come to the second. You see, this first one is not where you're going to put your hook. You come to the second one and you put your hook through, pull the yarn and pull it through the other loop let's repeat. Put the hook through to the next stitch, through the next stitch, pull the yarn and pull it through. That is the slip stitch. Something important to note is do not make your work tight. If you make your work tight, you're going to have such a huge problem going through the stitch and pulling through. It needs to be easy to go through. The first row is usually a bit tedious because you're holding on to the chain, so you have to be slower to make sure you get everything right, and you also maintain the same tension all through. Don't have some of your stitches tight and others too loose. It's going to show. I'm going to see you when I get to the end of this chain. So I've come to the end of the first row of my beanie. You can see the length of my beanie. It does look a little long when you look at it like this, but once we start shaping and it starts growing, you will see how that takes place. So when you get to the last stitch, you have to do another extra stitch, which is your turning stitch. And you do that, and then you turn your work around to start working on the second row. Each row is going to be a slip stitch, but here is the catch. From the second row, you have to use the back loop to create that look of knitted beanie. So you come, I hope this is clear. You can see the two loops that form when you do a stitch at the top. So when I'm working on my beanie like this, the back one is the one that is far from me, not the one that is near me. Hope this is visible. You go to the back one, put your hook through, pull the yarn, and slip through the stitch. That's why it's called a slip stitch. Back of the loop, you form two loops, pull the yarn through the two loops. You have this as the first loop, and then you go back loop, and then pull through the yarn through the two loops. I'm going to do that all the way until I get to the top. The side where you started your chain becomes the bottom of your beanie here. The other side becomes the tip. When I get almost to the top, I'm going to show you what you do to start shaping the top of the beanie. So let's see you then. So I'm now almost at the end. This is where I said the tip of your beanie is going to be. So you do your slip stitch and leave 2 stitches at the top. These 2 stitches you leave on the first row, you leave those 2, and then you chain 1 to turn and turn. And you will do the next row all the way down, and then you will take the other row coming back to the top, and again you will leave another 2 stitches. So by the time you're doing the 6th row, you will have a staircase like that. So I'm going to do like another 2 or 3 and show you how it looks when you leave 2 stitches here, the next one another 2 stitches, the next one like that. So I'll see you when I have about 3 rows. Okay? And I'd like you to let me know if you understand what I am trying to teach here. Please take some yarn when you start watching this part and practice what I'm saying, because if you just watch and think that you can do it later, it doesn't work like that. I did the very first set where I wanted to show you how to join this to shape it, and then I recorded, confirming, I recorded everything without my mic on. So I am repeating with the second set. The good thing is you get to see 2 sets now. So I did the very first set, which is this, and here, this one. And now this is the second one, and I want to show you how to join it. This makes the shaping of the beanie at the top. It is similar to when you say you are reducing the top of the beanie to taper it, to give it a shape that is similar to the head. That is exactly what we are doing. But without doing the actual reduction of the stitches, we reduce them by forming this kind of a staircase for leaving 2 stitches on each set of rows and then joining them together. How this looks when it's all done is like this. That's what helps get this beanie this beautiful shape. That is the shape of the top of your head and sits on your head very comfortably, neatly, and nicely. You can actually see the sets. You can see how they are. You can see the same on this other one. The sets are very visible and they're very neat and tidy. So this is how you join it. I have done the whole set, so this is the joining. I will do the stitches up to the first tip of the first set. So the tip you join not using the back loop like we are doing using the back loop to do the slip stitch. On the tip, you do the front loop and you push your needle or your hook through when it's actually facing you. And then pull the yarn and pull through the 2 loops. Now, coming to the second set, which is this one, remember we left 2 stitches. So we are going to stitch the first or the second last stitch, which is this one. And on this one, we are going to use the back loop. So we're going to do the back loop and pull through the yarn, pull through the 2 loops. When we get to the tip, we don't use the back loop, we use the front loop and we push the hook through the front facing you, not through the front this way. We put it through the front but facing you. Pull the yarn through the 2 loops. Let's repeat on this set. We will first do the second last here, which we're going to use the back loop. Push the hook through the back loop, pull through the yarn, pull the yarn through the 2 loops. We get to the top and we do not bring the hook to the front like this. We use the front loop, but we push the hook through the back and facing you like this. Pull through the yarn like this. What that does is that it gives this neat finish. If you did it this other way, you will leave this little bubble here pointing out. You see, let's just do this. If I do it that way, you can see there is this last stitch that is visible. So let's do the next set. The second last stitch, push the hook through the back loop, pull the yarn, pull through the 2. The tip, push the hook on the front loop from here, so the hook is facing you, and then pull the yarn and pull through the 2. Again, second last through the back and the top through the front facing you and pull through. Again, second last stitch through the back and the front through the front loop. Yeah, when it gets a little tight, this is what will happen to you. You'll find it very difficult to go through. Yep, so go through the front and make sure you push through the hook from the back of the front so that the hook is facing you. Pull the yarn and pull through. Remember to chain 1 to turn your work and start this row. Now, once you finish joining them, the next row, you do it from the top all the way down. And then when you are returning up is when now you start leaving 2 stitches at the top to form another set of 5 staircase, and then join them. You're going to repeat those sets 9 times to get the size of the beanie of an adult, a size large. However, remember that the yarn you're using, this one is Silk Chunky. It will give me this kind of a fabric. These are 2, and you can see how wide it is. If you're using a DK weight yarn, which is thinner than this, then 9 sets may give you a smaller, slightly smaller beanie. That is why the gauge is very important. So gauge your yarn, make a swatch, gauge it so that you know the exact number of sets you need to do to get the size of beanie you want. I'd like to hear from you whether this is helpful, whether you're understanding me or you have understood me. I'd also like you to share the beanie you make from this tutorial. Tag me on my Instagram, Yanli Gifts, that is Yanli_gifts. And on the comments in this video, please let me know, did you find this helpful? Did you understand what I was saying? Did it make sense? Remember, when you're watching this video, if you have come this far and you don't have a hook and yarn, please go get your hook and yarn and try what I have said. I'm going to end this video here. I'll continue making this beanie until I go to bed. Tomorrow I will show you the progress, whether I finished it or what progress I will make tonight. Thank you so much for watching my Vlogmas. I'm really having fun with you guys, and thank you for commenting. Remember, if you have something you would like to see in this Vlogmas, let me know in the comment section as well. And until the next one, which is Vlogmas number 5, it's good night from me. My eyes are kind of sleepy. But I have to do some more on this. Yeah.